Welcome back to the We Was Watching podcast. I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm your other host, Chanel.
And we are back. I didn't even change the name. I'm so fucked up right now. We are back to talk about Peacemaker, season 2,
here,
episode 5. And before we get into that, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review. If it's 5 stars, we'll read it on the show. You can also watch us on YouTube at youtube.com/@WeWasWatching. Or just search for the We Was Watching podcast, like our video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to see us go live. You can email the show at wewaswatchingpodcast@gmail.com and tell us what you think about Peacemaker or what's the other show we're doing? Gen V. And you can follow us on social media everywhere on all the socials at We Was Watching. Chanel, do you want to talk to the people about what you've done the last couple of days?
No, but because we literally just talked. I think I just shared about. Well, nothing super exciting has happened for me besides, Marlon Wayans retweeting my reel was a big deal. Probably is the biggest thing that will happen to me this month. And outside of that, I'm just wow. I was trying to see if we were on TikTok and it just started playing other people's TikTok. So I don't know. Outside of that, I got some PRs at the gym. That was cool. And no, I'm kind of just here. I did do something cool like professionally today, but I'm gonna hold that for LinkedIn. But I wanted to tell you, like when you are on especially Threads and people are like, if you don't subscribe or like my post right now, you'll never see my content again. Like they just basically talk about how the algorithm will fuck you up. There is a post that I can't find it, and I'm so mad because basically it was talking about how Geneva or somewhere, there's some conference somewhere, and they found a quantum portal. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. I saw something about like how there's research about how there's beings coming in and out of our universe, and I could not find the article again. And I was like, did I make that up for Brandon? Like, I don't know where it came from. If anyone has seen that, let's see, I'm trying to find it now. I literally was scrolling over and over trying to find, like, well, how did that come across my thing? But there is definitely, there's tell of they talked about, like, literally, like, beings from another world coming into our world, and I was like, there's no way I'm reading this. And then I scrolled and I lost it.
That's the story?
It's not as impactful because I'm trying to get you to understand that, like, this Peacemaker shit is really happening, but because I can't find the post, it feels like I'm making it up.
Yeah, it does.
Portal.
It does sound like you're making it up.
Alien portal.
But I believe
Alien
you.
portal news. I swear. And no, I mean, yeah, you have to believe me, but it's almost just like, UFO expert says he's found a portal. That's not it. See, these don't seem credible.
Why?
Because now it's just like saying, like, a mysterious portal. That's not what I saw. I saw, like, they've discovered a fucking portal and that shit, and something's come out of it. Oh, I'll never find it again. Okay, if I find it again, I'm gonna blast it across all the socials. But basically, you said sleepy?
No, I'm so stupid. This whole time I'm stressing Chanel out trying to figure out how to go live, and it was messing up over and over again. And now I realize what I didn't do, and I feel so stupid. You ever had that happen where you feel so stupid?
Well, to tell you what you could have done better, you could have communicated through your frustration instead of isolating and trying to figure it out on your own. We could have talked it through and figured it out. That's I think the lesson learned here.
Maybe
you stop trying to be a strong Black woman and not ask for help. No, if somebody's willing to babysit, let them watch your kids. That's what I'll say.
What? I like that. I'm gonna use that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be too prideful for somebody to come pick your kid. Let me take your kids to the park. No, this is pissing me off because I didn't even like the post enough to be able to bring it back. That's why I'm so mad right now. But yeah, as soon as I find that, I'll be sending that to you. There's also, like, anything that makes me happy, there's something equally terrible happening in the world to balance it out and make it sad. So that's kind of where I'm at today. But I obviously went and did something today because I have on makeup, and you guys know that I will literally wake up from a nap and podcast. So you could tell I did something today.
You went to a Black Widow convention for those of you watching.
I wish. What is that? You mean like in like finding like people who kill their husbands, or do you mean like Marvel?
No, I do not mean that.
You mean Marvel?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I would do either.
Don't watch TV.
Well, I usually don't have nothing to say, but I have something to say. Chanel, I think you'll like this. So I took some time. No, I'm going there this week. I took some time to catch up on some comic books that I haven't read in a while. And they made a new Batman book, a new Batman #1. They started over. And check this out, Chanel. So Killer Croc gets loose, right? And Batman goes to the clinic.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, everybody knows Killer Croc. Big green guy.
I know Killer Mike.
He's been around for like 40 years. And
I know Killer Mike.
Listen, Killer Croc gets loose, okay? Batman goes to the clinic. The doctor that was helping him in like the place where they were keeping him was like, look, Killer Croc has changed. He's like a giant humanoid crocodile, right? To tear shit up. He's changed. He's not what he used to be. And Batman's like, these criminals, they never change. They're always the same. They don't ever get any better. Every time we think they're reformed, they do some other fucked up shit. And I got to save the day. But he tells the woman, but I'm going to go take care of him because you asked me. Do not call the police because if the police show up, they're going to shoot first and ask questions later. I'm not going to shoot him. I'm going to bring him back in. So she doesn't call the police and he goes there, right? And he gets there and one of the police that actually likes Batman, one of the good police, he tells him, okay, you can leave now. I'm going to go and take care of this. And he gets these electrified gloves. He's like, I'm not going to shoot him, but I'm going to punch him. Right? So he gets these electrified gloves. He goes in there and Killer Croc is just sitting down eating something, looking at it's in a museum, looking at a Tyrannosaurus Rex, like a museum like exhibit. And Batman goes in there and talks to him, and Killer Croc is like talking really like uh infantile, for lack of a better word. Like he's like, Batman, you bad, like why you here? Like talking like that. And so Batman walks in. And what you would imagine Batman to do is to go in and do what he's always done, which is beat the shit out of people and then turn them in. This Batman Chanel goes in there, realizes that something's different with Killer Croc, and he sits down, crisscross applesauce, and starts talking to him, asking him what's going on, why are you here, what are you doing? He's like, I'm looking at the T-Rex. The T-Rex looks mean. I don't know why I do these things. And Batman's trying to explain it to him and get him to calm down. He's getting upset. So Batman then takes off his mask, talks to him and says, listen, like, I'm just trying to be reason with you. You can be calm. We can be here together. We'll help you get through this. He calms Killer Croc down. Then the woman from the clinic comes in, gets Killer Croc, and takes him back, and he goes back quietly. That was the book. They had Batman be a counselor and not someone who whips someone's ass. Look at that. Look how woke they've made our comics, you know?
Okay.
You see how woke they made our comics? And on top of that, instead of Batman wearing the super dark, like black, dark, brooding, I'm the person in the night costume, he has on a gray base costume, and like the bat symbol in his cape is blue. So he's a brighter Batman in the light.
Okay. Just double checking. What edition is this? Like, where is this coming from?
This is the new Batman that just came out. Batman #1.
Oh, why? How can it possibly be #1?
Because they reboot they don't reboot Batman that often, which is why this is interesting. But they reboot Batman every so often. So they just did a reboot for him.
Great. So you think Batman is more woke than he needs to be?
No, I'm saying it was refreshing to see Batman not just go in there and beat the shit out of somebody when he didn't have to. Usually that's what Batman does, right? Batman goes in and he kicks someone's ass, and then he takes them to the police. And rinse, repeat. Aren't you proud of Batman? You're not proud of Batman?
No.
What?
Don't care. I think that I told you, like, I'm kind of off Batman. Like, he's just a guy to me now.
I just explained to you that he's a different guy.
Yeah, but like,
still don't.
I'm more interested in Peacemaker. I'm tired of the old people. You know what I'm saying? Like, been there, done that.
Wow. I just gave you
Also, it's just like there's too many. You're asking me what do I think. What I really think is I love that you're reading comic books. I love that this interested you, and I love that they went in a new direction that you didn't see coming, and it's noteworthy for you. Love that. Now, do I care about Batman? No. Am I gonna watch Batman 2? Yeah.
Batman 2?
Yeah, when it comes out. The Batman 2, whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
Oh, the Batman. Oh, emo Batman. Okay. You're gonna watch emo Batman.
Yeah, it's like I'm in a place of I'll see the new ones when they put it in the movies, but I can't be bothered about backstory anymore. And the same way that I feel about like if they did a new Superman, I don't care. And you know what? I think it's just like that's why this show is a show for blurs and aspiring baddies who are interested in sci-fi, fantasy, drama, Marvel, DC comic books and other shit and the politics in between, because I'm trying to figure out if I care about comic books. Obviously I do, but I think I just really like the movies. I think I just really like the comic book movies. I don't know if I care. I guess I'm saying the stories are arbitrary. I just love watching movies. That's what I think it is. Well, like I think it could be Mr. Meeseeks could be the thing, and I'd be like, okay, cool, same. Let's go watch a movie.
The comic book medium is very different in movies. It's not for everybody.
Fact.
So I don't
Facts.
ever like discourage people who don't watch them. I encourage people to give comic books a chance because that's how we get these movies, is the IP and the stories. And so as long as we have good writers keep writing stories, we'll keep getting good movies and TV shows and people to do their own takes on them. But yeah, it's not for everyone. So like I don't ever get upset about that. And so another thing in comic books is they have another universe. So DC has their main continuity, right? DC is like Batman, Superman, all that. They have their main continuity. And then earlier this year, they created something called the Absolute Universe, which is like a alternate, another universe, like in the multiverse. But all the stories are in that universe. So and it's like a different take. So like Superman is like brown in that universe, and he's Brazilian. And it's like this unique story about him. Batman in that universe is jacked up. He looks like Brock Lesnar, but he's not rich. He just comes from a normal family. His mama was a teacher. His daddy worked at a plant or something like that. So like this version of Batman is not rich, but he's jacked up. He had to figure stuff out without being rich and having that privilege of being rich. And then the unique one though, Chanel, is Green Lantern. Okay. Green Lantern in this universe is not Hal Jordan. Okay. And it's not John Stewart. It is Joe Mullen. Do you know who Joe Mullen is?
Hell no.
So this is Joe Mullen.
That's a girl.
A black girl.
Huh. Okay.
Joe Mullen has been around for a while. And you know, she was created originally years. I have her first issue somewhere around here. I have it like framed or whatever because I like the color. I like the character. But she was originally created because it was created by a black woman, I think, was the writer. But this person is a huge fan of Janelle Monáe. And so she is very Janelle Monáe inspired.
She's that young. She's that recent.
Yeah, she's very recent. So they changed her look a little bit in the Absolute Universe, but like her original look looks like this, This is her original look.
Oh, okay. I'm an alien from outer space. That's literally. Do you know what that reference is?
No, I do not know what that reference is.
That's a Janelle Monáe song.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Literally the first line. I'm an alien from outer space. I'm a cyber girl without a face, a heart or a mind. Whoa. Well, yeah. That's what it's giving. And I apologize that I sang out loud.
She's the Green Lantern of that universe. The main one.
Does Janelle Monáe know that that's after her?
Yes. I think they want her to play her. I heard James Gunn say something about trying to get her to play her.
And Tiana's busy, I assume.
Tiana who? Paris?
Yeah.
Well, she's in Marvel. She's playing Monica. She can't come over there and do that.
That's what I just said. Yeah, she's busy.
So that's what I've been on. I've been reading comic books. I haven't watched anything. I need to watch Alien Earth because literally every single person that I know is telling me I would love that show more than anything. And so I need to give it a chance. Apparently the finale was insane. That just happened. So that was that. So that wasn't too long this time. 18 minutes. So no, what'd you think about Peacemaker season 2, episode 5? Back to the Suture was the name of it.
Loved it.
You loved this episode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into the recap, no, I'll get to it when we get to that point. So let's get to the recap.
Once upon a time in the projects, yo.
Rick Flag Jr.'s funeral 3 years ago. His friends and family are there mourning. Harcourt, almost everybody left. Harcourt is still there, just sitting there, staring at the casket. You can tell she's going through it. And then Rick Flag Sr. shows up, and he's upset that his son spent his whole life dedicated service to his country, and the way that he died was in another country with a bunch of criminals in costumes fighting a starfish. I was like, that's a good point. You got a good point there, buddy.
But I feel like there's a little bit of like, can you remind me what he did to get there?
Who?
Rick Flag Jr., how he got a part of the Suicide Squad?
He was in the military, and then he worked for Argus. He worked his way up, and he became like a whatever the ranking is. And then a Waller assigned him to be the leader of the Suicide Squad.
Right. So he was like the only kind of like semi-legitimate person. He just got a shit detail, basically. And then he was like, well, fuck. Okay, my question is, the whole reason that Peacemaker killed him is because he was going to expose Argus. So my question is, was he already an enemy of Argus before he got assigned, or did he decide to do? Okay.
Him and the rest of them got sick of Waller, and they were going to turn him.
Right. Okay.
And Waller said, get rid of him.
Okay. I think can I tell you what's bothering me, honestly?
Yeah.
Did I make up seeing that post? Like, did I literally make it up in my head and tell you it? Because I can't find it. And that's, I'm going to stop looking, but I saw it had comments and everything. Okay. Focusing
I'm quite sure you
so
probably did that.
I'm so sure I did not hallucinate it. I just have to find it. And like, I was clicking something, and then a Cardi B post came, and I was like, "Ooh, you shouldn't open this video. You're gonna lose track." I was like, maybe it'll still be there. I came out the video, it was gone. I regret it. Obviously we already know at this so far in this season that the Rick Flag thing is a whole thing. So like we kind of called it before. I probably called it when I was like, yeah, the reason why she won't hook up with him is because she's mad. And even though even if she got to know Chris and knows he's actually, I think we all agree he's a better person than we thought initially, she still probably is too stubborn to like move past that, or it just like won't work for her because of the past relationship she had. And I get that. And then they also set it up where she has some guilt for like not wanting to be with him legitimately, whatever, like not wanting to be out with him in public. So they start with that. I still am a little bit confused because I literally feel like the guy they have playing Rick Flag Sr. looks the same age. Like I'm truly just still not getting that he's like the dad.
He's just a handsome devil, you know.
He must be, because I'm like, dad, like to where they all look the same age to me. So I don't know if they were trying to make it seem like Joe Kimmel was 27.
I think that's his name, Frank Grillo.
Grillo. It is.
Frank Grillo is 60.
No, he's not.
Yes, he's 60.
You're fucking lying. Oh, that is intriguing.
And
okay.
Joel Kinnaman is 45.
Hey, if you look like that and you're 60, at Chanel Creating across all the socials.
I told you, he's just a handsome one.
That's actually crazy. So okay, I guess I gotta accept that and move on. And so yeah, I think that all makes sense. Like we're seeing this and we're getting a little bit of understanding of like what, because you know I think anybody who's rational would have been upset with Harcourt at the end of the last episode, because we're like, wow, she gave him up so easily. We get a little bit more context on that, but they're just building out kind of like the emotional stakes of the dynamic between Rick Flag Sr., Harcourt right now, and the Rick Flag Jr. in the past.
And Rick didn't ask her. He's like, so you know, they won't give me access to the files. Can you help a brother out who killed my son? And she's like, sir, you know I can't do that. And he's like, yeah, I know. But you know, anyway, my son loves you. And she's like, your son loved a lot of women. Okay. He's like, no. He really loved you though, as a friend and more than a friend. Like you were his one. And Waller's got it out for you. I know she's got you on some stupid ass mission, but just know I'm gonna look out for you. I got you, and thank you for everything you've done for me and my son. And leaves. And she goes, Rick, just know the person who did this, they will pay. And I'm going to make sure of it. And that's what he was talking about last episode when he said,
Yeah.
"Do you remember what you said at the funeral? Like, what happened to that?" So that's what he was referring to.
Right. And also it's it makes sense like that they would be upset because at the time, like, I don't know, I guess it makes sense they would be upset, and I would be upset if this happened to my son. But it's just like, it's so interesting because say he had like died in battle, would they be like, we're gonna go to Afghanistan and find the guys? You know what I'm saying? It's just so interesting how like what we think about as far as justice, or like how, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel how you want to feel about someone murdering your child, or your adult child, because I think child is different. But I do think it's interesting how some things we just accept, like, oh, you'll die doing that, so it is what it is. And then some things are like, but even though he technically was in the military and technically was putting his life on the line every day, it was friendly fire kind of thing. So this like vendetta makes sense, but it's also a little bit like
I think he'd have been fine if he died in battle.
Right. Oh, of course he would. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That like somebody who killed him and they're anonymous to each other. They don't have any real reason. At least like Peacemaker, I'm like, well, he thought he was doing the right thing for his country, right? Like it's just very interesting how we can justify certain things. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, and then we don't have to talk about it now, but I realize that there is something going on with me, and it's just like I just wanted to talk more about my team beating yours, and it was just we were distracted, we got off to a bad start, so I just wanted to.
Harcourt and Chris meet up, and we see them at a busy park, and Argus agents are all surrounding the area,
looking real suspicious. He is so fucking funny because I think we kind of knew but didn't know. He pulls up, and
I have the scene.
Okay, great, because it's so good.
This is Peacemaker entering the fray.
You should take the shot when you can.
Fucker.
Look at him.
So, boy, looks like he's expecting
so far,
something.
Okay, so wait, pause. So when he comes out the car, he literally is like slinking down a little bit, and then he goes through, like, there's a big park, there's kids playing, we've established that with the shot. He goes through the doggy pen and like pets the dogs. He's literally attaching
Why'd
himself
you tell me to pause and then tell what happens next?
Because we do a podcast. No, he's already done that. He just went through the dog part.
He did? Oh,
yeah,
he did. Oh,
right there.
Okay.
But also we do a podcast. Remember the podcasters? Remember there's people listening audio only?
Excellent point. Excellent.
Okay, keep going.
Look how he's walking though. It's so funny.
Fucker.
It's hilarious. That's what I'm saying.
He's so like over the top.
Like he's expecting something.
Exactly. LaFleur is correct. A
guy he's hiding behind a guy's bike. Hey, there's no way he knows that person. There's no way he knows that person.
That's just so funny.
Yo, he just threw away her mic.
Fuchsia, do you have a shot?
So he immediately throws away Harcourt's mic, and so you just already feel better because you're like, oh, he knows something. Like, it just helped. As he's making his way, at first you're thinking like maybe he's just being paranoid, and then by the time you sit down, you're like, okay, he's not set up the way we thought at the end of the episode where he'd walk right into this and like no one would know. So I automatically like could breathe at this point.
Bitch, get out of my line of sight.
I said copacetic.
Yeah, I know you did.
It's the warning word, you dumb fuck.
I know. I need to know the truth about something.
Get the fuck out of here, Chris.
Did it mean anything? Anything at all what happened on the boat?
You were in the clear. Ad saved you, and then you keep some sort of dimensional portal bullshit in your house. And now this?
That isn't an answer,
Get
Amelia.
the fuck out of here.
Look, did I mean anything at all to you in that way? That's all I came here to ask.
He's so angry. Jesus.
No, he's not. Oh, you took him as angry?
No, she's angry.
Oh, she's mad at him because she tried to protect him, and she tried to get her job and still protect him, and she's mad at him. And that is how a toxically masculine person would say, oh man, I'm concerned for you as you put yourself in danger. This is exactly how.
The kids are clear. Should we go in?
Not all the way, but block any path out.
I can't even trust you to stay away when I warn you. Your ego is so fucking big. You somehow think that you can get out of this, but you can't.
Look at his face. He's like,
Girl.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
Why
because
are
it's
you?
so clear that. Go ahead.
He's like, I just wanted to like see if we had something, and you're fucking chewing me out. Like Jesus,
Right, like she's having trouble processing that it was worth it to him to take the risk to like see if she had feelings for him. Like he was really just like, hey, before I go do what I'm about to go do, is there any chance here? Like he's basically like, give me a reason to stay, and she's just so caught on having to express how she feels her way that I think she already said no, and he was like, bitch, all right, fine.
No,
That's
she didn't
literally-
say no yet. She's about to.
Oh yeah, but he's just looking at her like, wow.
You are fucked. You are so fucked.
Why don't you even answer the question?
Yeah,
Did
stay
I
focused.
mean-
No. No. Okay?
All right, see your dumb ass
I was
later, man.
drunk.
Bye.
I told you. I wish it never fucking happened.
And Rick Flag Jr.?
Should I take the shot?
What?
Was there something between you?
Hold, Fuchsia. Ivory's already there.
Was I never even a consideration? Because
He was my only friend. You killed him, Chris. How could I possibly?
Ivory, go in.
That's not a bad reason to not date somebody.
Yeah, but okay. This is the thing. I mean, okay.
You
Had he
could
been
date
a bad
somebody
guy-
who killed your best friend? Probably not.
Hold on. The way that you just said it is a very interesting way to describe what the situation is. So what I was going to say is that had he been a bad guy, had he been him from the other universe, definitely Harcourt was right. Go in saying that you want to be on the team and also like sabotage and make sure he ends up in jail, right? Like do your part. Totally fine. But she finds out he has a heart of gold and he went through a lot and he didn't deserve some of the shit he got. And excuse me. So I think what she says at the end is very valid. She's like, I can't let it go. But I think the problem that we have here is that he only found out about Rick Flag Jr. because he went to the alternate universe. Had she told him, they could have had a very different relationship. And so I think it's like, it actually just would, I'm just saying the obvious, which is that it would have just been healthier to say, hey, actually I was wrong about you. But you made it hard to know that because you killed somebody I cared about. And yes, I had a relationship with Rick Flag. So you don't even have to be like, oh, we used to mess around. Just be like, I knew him. And at first I got in this detail because I wanted to avenge him. But now I realize you really have remorse. And I think, and I say that because I do believe in like restorative justice and the idea that like the answer for everything is not always crime punishment, cruel and unusual stuff and like putting people to death. Like there's another layer of it about like remorse and learning and being sorry and making good out of the circumstance. So anyway, I just think that he's like, and we see later he's a good, honest, true candidate for restorative measures, but this situation is people are just locked in on vengeance, whether they admit it or not.
Now.
I get it.
Christopher Smith, this is Argus. Put your hands above your head. Hey, stop!
Fuchsia, take him out.
Fuck.
He definitely had a way out too, by the way.
Come on, Smith. Put down that adorable little fucker. You don't need to do this shit.
Need to? I don't need to. I'm just doing it because I love it. Take a step closer, Shaft. Find out how much.
Shaft, you're complimenting me. That's a novel strategy. Thank you.
He loves being called Shaft.
Hold on. Oh, who? That is a compliment. Somebody could call me Shaft, and I'd be like,
You're definitely
shut
not
your
Shaft.
mouth.
You're not
I was like,
Shaft.
shut your mouth.
You're not Shaft.
Okay, so would you rather say what you just said or enjoy my joke?
I liked your joke, but we had to make it clear that no one would call you Shaft.
Why
So you
couldn't I
would
be a
never
female
say-
Shaft?
So you would never
What do you mean?
say
Why can't I
shut
have
your
a?
mouth.
You don't think I have a dust? You don't think I have a leather coat?
Mm-mm,
You don't think I got boots?
mm-mm. You gotta be cool to be Shaft, you know.
Okay, I see you're still in the mood. All right, we're gonna let you. You get
You gotta
one.
be cool.
You get one.
It was a great joke, but we had to make the baseline establishment that you would never get to use the joke. That's all.
That's not true. That's not true. Let me
I'm
find some
under
shade.
I'm under no belief that someone would call me Shaft.
I mean, that could have easily been something we set up. I could easily call you Shaft next. We could have came as Shaft for the next episode. But you know what I need you to do for me? I'm serious. I need you to take an improv class. I need you to open up your expand your idea of what could be possible.
I'm great at improv. I've done that before.
No, but I want you to get an attitude of yes and. I want you to approach life as a yes ander and not a well. Technically, that's
I just
what you
never
comic
get
book
to.
boys
I
are.
never get to be
You
improv.
comic book boys are.
I never get to do it because I'm always the host of every show that I do. I've ever done. I'm always the host.
Guess what?
I go to be guest on other people's shows. When I used to be guest, I was a much better guest than I was a host.
Well, first of all, you're a co-host of this episode, of this show. So, do you want me to finish hosting so you can improv?
No, because I got good notes this time. I got a lot to say this time.
Interesting.
It ain't no interesting
Real
because
interesting.
someone told me they were going to take notes and then they didn't take no notes.
I did.
So okay, then you take the next episode. You will do the notes.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so everybody heard it. Next episode we do.
Everybody heard. Okay, hold on. We're gonna deceive people. Brandon and I have done this show for more than 100 episodes, and it's been more than 2 years. In the beginning, we took turns, and then I went to school, and we stopped taking turns because I could barely show up to record. So now I'm open to taking notes, but a show I'll never take notes on is like a foundation because it's just it's too dense. But like a 30-minute Peacemaker that I'm enjoying watching and I'll watch twice easily. Yeah, like I couldn't even watch Foundation twice before we record. But Peacemaker, I got you. Even Gen V, I could probably do. But also remember the time when I did the Secession? No, I did Secession notes, and you were like, "Oh, so good." I'm like, "Why are you're acting like I never did notes before? I could do notes." Brandon doesn't want to improvise, guys. He doesn't enjoy yes anding. That's what's actually what it is.
I'm the best.
So anyway, be open minded about the fact that we could both be Shaft. There is no Shaft here. Everybody's Shaft if they want to be.
Oh look!
Shout out to you found the tweet about the UFOs. I can't see that at all. Still
That's
a whitewash.
your TikTok.
It's live.
It's live.
Oh, y'all better send me a cowboy hat, y'all. Let me see. How do you hold on? I'm gonna figure this out.
We're not about to do a TikTok stream. I figured out how to get it to work though, finally.
No, but I'm saying wait, it's not actually streaming?
It is streaming.
No, what I'm saying is TikTok has a thing where people can send you gifts, but you have to be able to see it to encourage it. So I'm gonna see if I can do, because that's actually what I want to be able to do. Is I need to be doing it. So usually, guys, when we recording and we have when we do on the weekends, for example, or like when we at a regular time and people would come on the chat, that was great for me because Brandon could do the notes and then I could talk to the chat and I could improvise and do my thug dizzle. But when we get into a regular schedule, not necessarily doing that. Okay, got it. So I would love to be able to chat with people and for you guys to be on here live. So please drop what you're doing, come to the stream. And to be fair, this is our second live this week, and we are not on a schedule, so we totally get it. But ooh, I got it.
Where you got?
I got it up. I can see our live feed. Guys, thank you for being here. If you're viewing, Ariana, if you are on here, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the show. Share with your friends.
I can't change the canvas. Too late. I'll fix that.
No, it looks great. And then also truly, if you literally want to send me coins, boy. Hey girl, how you doing? And then I'm gonna check the YouTube. So back to the show. Sorry. Did you just what's that?
No, that was an accident. Don't worry about that.
See y'all. He's mad. I started hosting and he tried to sabotage it.
So let's get back to the show, but I got it to work. So next time we'll be good. I got it for next time, Chanel. So you can't.
We're already good. We're streaming. I got the chat going.
Chanel tried to fire me before the show, by the way. So I had to prove to her that I could keep my job.
Anyway, okay, let's keep going.
So after that, Rick Flag tells Judomaster to stand down, and then Bordeaux shows up, but you see that her eyes is gotten a lot of stuff going on, right? It's she's got some tech in her, and she's he's doing a spinning something or another. I figured it out. I've got a clear shot. Like, you want me to take it?
Like her, yeah.
And he says, take the shot.
Which
And
is wild. Because
he
he's
said-
not a threat to anyone at that point, and there's no way they don't have any, like, there's no paperwork that says they can just kill him when they want to. Am I wrong?
Correct. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And so he says, take the shot. And then right before she could take the shot, Harcourt comes up and takes him down with some type of like body scissors move, chokes him out, and subdues him. And she did that, obviously. So, because Bordeaux, the other thing we had to know is Rick Flag Jr. had Judomaster shooting from on the roof, but he was shooting darts, non-lethal shots. When Bordeaux came up there, she says, I can take him out, but I have a lethal shot. And so...
And he goes, he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, but I actually believed him what he said later, which we'll get to.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
And so that's when he takes him down, and when they're leaving, Rick Flag said, same old Amelia. And then he stands over Chris smiling like, oh yeah, I'm about to get mine in a little bit. So we go to the house out in the woods. Adebayo and Vigilante are there chilling, and someone is calling. I should have cut this clip. Someone's calling Adebayo, and it's this guy who saw her ad in the magazine. And he's like, oh yeah, dog, I saw your ad. And she's like, oh, thank you. I'm glad you saw my ad. I've been waiting for somebody to call. And he was like, was that you? Was that silhouette on the ad based on you? And she was
so
like,
stupid.
She was like, yeah, that was based on me. Like, that's exactly what I look like and shit. And he was
and
like,
mind you, it's just like literally a random like cartoon person with a trench coat on, if you remember.
And he asked about that. He was like, what about your head? He was like, oh, that's a hat. And she was like, so when we meet up, can you wear the hat? She was like, I can wear the hat. I don't mind wearing the hat.
Her truly dumbass has like, she's so excited she's not picking up on any of these pieces of the conversation.
And then while she's talking to him, you hear something, and he says something. So she goes, what? And then she says, Greek. What is Greek? And Vigilante's just standing next to her. We're just like, oh, okay, what's going on? And then she goes, all right. So she was like, you know what? I specialize in the Greek. I specialize in that shit.
Yeah, we can do Greek. We love Greek.
And he's like, all right, then, so I'll see you tomorrow. And so she goes, Vigilante, that was my first call, man, for my security thing. And he was like, oh, okay, good. She goes, let me ask you a question. What does Greek mean in the context of security? And Vigilante is like, I don't know. I ain't never heard of that in security. And then he pauses and he goes, but in sex work, it means anal sex. And she goes, what? He goes, yeah, that guy was clearly trying to proposition you.
It's also just no way she's that innocent. Like, it's like truly the most innocent shit I've ever heard. Because I was already suspicious a little bit of it, and she was not picking up on any of these hints.
And then he said, don't worry though, I never kill prostitutes, only the Johns. So you're safe.
Only John. That was my favorite part, because I'm like, we keep forgetting that Vigilante is a maniac because he keeps coming in doing like silly stuff. But Vigilante, like all season one, was just like, yeah, like I kill a lot of people. Okay, anybody, you guys want waffles? Like, he's a mess. And so I'm very much, and I like him because of how silly he is. This show or these type of shows will make. I like shows like the anti-hero shows because they give you a chance to like people that you feel like unequivocally you would not like, but you appreciate the humanity in them. Like, these are actually good opportunities to see like this guy who like in real life we would all hate him and be like, oh, we need to cancel him, like he needs to go to jail. But I'm able to give him, you know what I mean? I'm able to give him a second thought here.
Okay, look at you. Give Vigilante a second thought. Okay.
I'm open-minded, yep.
And so she goes, I'm not actually a prostitute. And he goes, look, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. And she's like, leave me the fuck alone.
But you did have a prostitution conversation. He's being so stupid.
And so then the Birdman shows up in the bushes, and we come back to him later. We cut back to Argus,
yes.
Bordeaux. Okay.
No, it's just like his dumbass is there. He's going. Okay, this actually, I wish it didn't make me laugh the way that it did, but the Eagle storyline really did it for me this week.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah,
that's what I like to see.
I mean, the appropriation of last week was still ridiculous, but we got Michael Rooker in the bushes, and he's like, he did literally have a vision that brought him to exactly where Eagly was at.
Yes. And so we go back to Argus, and Bordeaux comes in arguing with Harcourt about taking her down. He's like, I had to kill. You stepped in. You disobeyed orders. And she's like, and I'm quoting her. She was like, bitch, do something about it.
Yep. Honestly, yeah.
Is what she said. And then they kind of stepped to each other, and then they kind of went their separate ways. But
I mean, you don't really want to know with Harcourt. Like, let's be super honest.
I mean, she is a cyborg, though.
Yeah, but we just saw that she took down Peacemaker.
Yeah, but Peacemaker wasn't going to fight back. No, you're still there.
Fair. Okay. All right. But I'm
she
just
probably
saying,
still
like,
could take him down, but he wasn't about to fight back in that scenario.
But my point is that there's an intimidation factor. Sometimes it's not about. Sometimes it's about bark as much as bite.
I wish I had the vertical canvas working for TikTok. It looks so much better. So then Harcourt goes over, and Peacemaker comes in. He says hi to Economos, and somebody gives him the side eye. Economos is like, I don't really know him like that. I don't know why he's being over familiar with me. Like,
literally, they're carrying him in cuffs, and he goes, "Oh, John, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, so familiar." It's like, that's literally your best friend. He is so annoying.
And so then Harcourt's like, hey, dog, come in here, come and talk to me. And he ain't want to do it, but he ends up getting in there and doing it. And he goes, what? And he goes, what? She's like, what the fuck did you do? You set Peacemaker up to get your job back? And she was like, no, I sent him copacetic. I told his ass not to come. His dumb ass came anyway.
Thankfully, because otherwise we would have really thought that she had played our boy.
And so then she was like, what's the deal with Bordeaux? And he was like, she's a cyborg. She was in a plane crash, and Argus replaced half her body with machine parts. And he was like, I hate her so fucking much that I used to have her mangled body as my screensaver on my phone.
That was a bit much. A little bit much.
All of those people need to see a therapist. All of them. They all need help.
Yeah, everything. Nothing's right. Nothing here is okay.
And she tells him she took down Chris because they were going to kill him, to stop him. And the Economist was like, actually, it's kind of badass. And then he was like, look. She was like, look, you got to book him. He was like, what? They're going to know it's me. She was like, so if you don't book him, they're going to kill him. You have to book him so it's on the record. And then he's like, you know, you and I live in different moral grounds. I am scared of everything. And he goes, like,
I'm famously a pussy.
Yeah, he says, I'm famously a pussy. And she goes, do that. She gives him like a evil eye, and he's like, all right, I don't want to fuck with you. And so he goes in there to do it.
But she does have a great point, because like at this point he's okay. You said you believe in the explanation, but at this point, basically, if you're following on the podcast, and again, if you don't watch the show and just listen to us, what's happening here is that they've arrested Chris. Nobody knows. Right? They're not the local police. So they could literally take him, hold him, disappear him, do whatever. So what she's saying is like create a paper trail so that they can't just disappear him. But I think that I don't know. I'm skeptical that this is how far ahead Rick Flag Senior is, because I'm like, if he was that far ahead, your son wouldn't have been where he was at. I don't believe this. But anyway, so she's like, do it. And so John is the only one who would make sense to do. Actually, though, I will say I'm curious about, like, would it not have been equally possible to just ask any random person to do it and be like, hey, this is your job, you should do it? Like, did it have to be Economos? I understand for the story, but it seems to me like anybody there should have been willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's possible, but nobody
else would really like take
she's on the outs. So why would anybody else
Yeah.
listen to her? Like she's
No, that's
persona
true.
non grata.
No, it makes sense now. Because like if it was, even though it's the right thing to do, LaFleur could have did it on his own and he didn't do it. So okay, fair enough. So yeah, John is like, oh fuck, but because he doesn't want to lose his job, but technically he's doing his job by doing that. He's just not doing what his boss told him to do.
Yep, exactly. And so then, he's while he's booking her, we cut back and Rick Flag tells Flory to leave, tells Bordeaux to leave, tells him to turn off the recording equipment, close the shades, get the fuck out of here. And Flory looks concerned. He's like, "You sure, boss? This is what you want to do?" He's like, "Get out of here." So he leaves, and he walks up to him. And Peacemaker says, "You know what, sir, you have every right to be angry, sir. I got caught up in a dark way of looking at the world." And he just starts beating the shit out of Peacemaker, kneeing him, punching him repeatedly, slamming him on the ground, slamming his head against the wall.
Knocking him against the wall. Yep. And he's like, fight back. And this is why I don't believe him. He goes, fight back, but won't you fight back? And Chris won't. So it's like, at this point, you're doing a lot of knowing your enemy better than they know themselves. And I just don't believe it.
He then continues to beat the shit out of him. Meanwhile, Economos is booking him. And once he gets booked, it alerts Bordeaux. And she goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, saving people from doing busy work, yeah, exactly, my fucking job. She's like, now that you're booking him, like, it's a record of him. He's like, yeah, duh. And she's like, yeah, well, fuck you. She walks over. And then Flory comes over because, Flory's a black man. And Flory understands that, sometimes police can go too far. He goes, "You did a good thing, Economos."
Does he?
That's what that was.
Well, I think I don't know if it's because he's a black man. I think what it is, to be honest, is that maybe it's because he's a black man. But I think in general, the Cyborg is just like, she's too far gone. Like I think she's sinister. I think she has a plot or something. Like I don't, or in the sense of like she is committed to this job even more than Harcourt, because at the end of the day, Harcourt could work at Walgreens if she needed to, versus this woman is now a cyborg. So she literally is like only alive to serve and like be metallic and shit. So I think the way that I interpret it is that she's going to do it by any means necessary, because we see the approach she takes after that, which I think is like crossing a line. Well, obviously crossing a line. And then LaFleur is like never going to be that connected to Flag Senior, because he's just like another guy on the team. So I feel like what it more is like, what's her name? The cyborg woman is his right hand. So everybody else is like, yeah, like objectively, this is crazy for him to be doing this.
So then she goes in there and tells him to stop. He's been booked. And so he gets up and lets him go. And then she comes in. Then she comes in. Oh no, that's later. Sorry, I skipped ahead. So then we cut back to the woods, and Birdman poisons a rat and throws it on the ground, a mouse, so that Eagly can come eat it and die. Sure.
Well, you're right. It might have been a mouse, but I don't know why. It was definitely a mouse, but also ill to both. Yeah, he setting him up. And again, remember we talked about this before. I was like, damn, is Eagly susceptible to like, would this man just sneak up on him? Because we've seen Eagly be like a badass, but is he gonna know if he's flying around the sky that somebody has a rifle trained on him? Like, who knows? So I was definitely getting worried about Eagly at this point.
So then before Eagly can eat the mouse, a fox comes up and takes that shit from him. Then goes in the woods and runs away. Eagly chases him down.
Yeah, because Eagly's looking at him. They have a stare off where he's like, did you just take my food? And the fox is like, runs. And so like you see him chase him down. And Al's like, oh man, good news. Like, save Nick of time. The fox is gonna get it. Because what happened was that Adebayo and Vigilante got the call and they were gonna go get Chris. So they go, okay, bye Eagly. And I think in that distraction, Eagly loses the food. But like, so I did want to point out like how cute it was when they were saying goodbye to Eagly and they were like, okay, see you later. Like, I just really love that Eagly is like is absolutely the the team mascot, and like they talk to him. I was hoping we would get a scene of them understanding whatever Eagly was saying back, but no, we're not there yet. But obviously Peacemaker can speak Eagle.
So then Eagly sees the fox eat the damn rat and die.
Mouse. Eating a rat and eating a mouse is just different. I'm sorry.
Eagly's like, oh, glad I ain't eat that
Have
shit.
you ever? I know like you're from like a smaller, more like simple city, but in big cities we have rats in like downtown, like near water or whatever. So that's why I know the difference. No, in big cities where people are thriving and there's industry and there's like people eating and walking around and doing stuff, and like there's a people who have like regular trash service because it's like a more of like a mid to big size city, and they pay for public services that we tend to have those issues. So that's why I know the difference.
The dirty cities where they don't clean them up.
Yeah.
The rats.
Whereas like where you grew up on the farm, you guys might have had a pet mouse, and that's why you think they're like interchangeable.
Yes. We take care of them. We keep a clean
probably got a
city
field mouse now over there. I know you live in like a ranch in Texas. You probably see mice on your acreage all the time.
Armadillos.
They seem scary. So anyway, he's the fox eats a mouse and then starts to have a seizure and throws up. And triggered because our Yorkie Terrier, before she passed away, started having seizures because of her diabetes, and this reminded me of her. So rest in peace, Pebbles. We miss you.
Then the Birdman takes out the biggest.
Can you say something to Pebbles? What the?
R.I.P. Pebbles.
Thank you. Acknowledge it. Thank you. We need a moment of silence for him.
I was letting you give your tribute. I didn't know Pebbles.
I mean, but it's still like, oh, sorry for your loss.
I'm sorry. I am sorry for your loss, actually.
Thank you. We miss her. Okay, so we but this is where I got excited because Eagly's smart enough to know that was poison. Like I think Eagly's beyond just like a dog might go lick it and be like, "What's that?" I'm curious, right? Because dogs like to act dumb, and a cat would have already lost interest. But Eagly is like probably gonna put two and two together, like, "Oh, that mouse was poisoned," because it's clocking to Eagly. I was like, I very much know that Eagly understands what's happening. And so I'm like, all right, Eagly's going to, in the back of the head, I'm thinking, okay, this eagle knows somebody's after him. Now, am I over identifying with a pet eagle on a TV show at this point? Yes. But was I understanding the characterization of this bird? Yes.
So then Birdman takes out the most ridiculous ridiculously large cartoon gun you've ever seen in your entire life. It was so ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. It was so big. And so then we cut back to Argus, and Economos is taking Chris back out. He's like, they let him go because they couldn't take him to the local jail looking like this. It'd be too many questions. Why the fuck does his face look like that? So they let him go. Judomaster's outside talking to Flag, and he's like, keep an eye on them. So Judomaster tails them when they leave. Bordeaux then comes into the office and Flag is like, oh, you think I'm too close to the situation, that I'm blinded by my hatred because he killed my son, and I should recuse myself. But actually, my priority is the people of this country, and I'm protecting them from this interdimensional portal shit so that we don't have another issue like we had in Metropolis. And he said, I knew what was going to happen, and I wanted Peacemaker to go, so now we can trail him so we can see where he's keeping that shit and stop it. And she was like,
and to that,
she was like, so why you telling me to shoot him? You know I had a lethal shot. And he's like, because I knew Harcourt was going to stop him, dog. I know her. You ain't believe him, Chanel?
Hell no. Let me tell you what I said to that. Dang, I wasn't ready. I would like to figure out if we can get this in our repertoire of sound bites. Hold on. I'm almost there. Okay, I'm ready. This is what I heard when he said that.
White tripping, I ain't even do nothing. Come to church, you ain't never.
Can you hear it?
Hey, do me a
Yes,
favor,
I
call
can
me
hear.
church.
I don't get it.
All I heard was wah 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 wah.
Oh, that okay.
Rick Flex Sr., you're a jerk. Like, you're lying to say that, and you're trying to make it like this is, of course, you're smart enough to have a backup story, but the truth is, like, you did tell the truth is you did tell her that she could lethally take him out, and so had she been quicker, like, there's too many open variables, and you know that because you're upset about how an open variable killed your son. Yeah, and you know this, man. But you know that because that's why you're mad about your son. Like, it's something you didn't plan that happened in the field happened to him. So you would be aware that a situation could go wrong. You gave the green light to kill him. You believed, like, what if Harcourt had caught the bullet, right? There's so many things in there where, like, you do not, you swear you know her, but it sounds like you knew her because you knew her through your son. So it's not like you work with her a lot and you understand her profile so much. Like, maybe I think you could say, like, from the manipulation of it all, but like, maybe he is that far ahead, but I think there's just a better way to play this. If he is in fact that far ahead, then he has other options in playing off of, like, well, I know at the very last minute so and so will jump in front of the bullet. Like, what a eventuality to be relying on. So that was the first thing where I didn't believe it. The second thing was that him beating him up the way he did and telling him to fight back. Like, if you know that he's not going to do that, then, like, I get it. Like, I get it. Maybe he is that smart, but it just is also way more likely than me that he actually was enjoying beating him up, and, like, maybe he did get lost in it at some point, and maybe he had a plan or whatever. But I don't know if he had the plan that he had. Or I don't believe he had that much self-control. But when he was alone with the cyborg, he was like, nah, I'm about to kill this man. Like, we need to go get him. So I just don't believe that, like, he's been that, because he would have told her the plan from the beginning. Because in the beginning, episode 1, it was just them and Argus, and he was like, let's go get him. So I do believe he might think that there's danger, but I also don't have any reason to understand that he knows what this portal thing is. What'd you say it's called?
The pocket dimension.
A pocket dimension. But is that what the thing is called outside of this? Like, what did you say it's called from the other universe? Like, the people.
Oh, a boom tube.
I swear I was going to say a buzzaboo. A boon tube. Close enough.
A bugaboo?
But no, buzzaboo. But the point is this. It was a B. I knew it started with a B. So a boon tube.
Boom tube, yes. That's my theory. Tube. That's my theory.
Okay. I mean, it makes the most sense, and I think it's giving. I mean, you've already kind of gone with we have a couple theories that are strong here. I really actually can't wait to finish the season. But so you have a boom tube, and my point is, like, okay, maybe that is dangerous, but again, like, hey, if we know this guy's an ally to the state, he just literally saved the universe, right? Like, he saved them from an alien invasion. You probably could just roll up to his door and had somebody ask him, like, hey guys, what's that? You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's just better ways to do this if you actually are not motivated by revenge. So yeah, I don't believe him. I think he's smart enough, though, and he's been around the block enough to like convince her. But anyway, so Cyborg came in there just to say, actually, I wasn't gonna reprimand you. I wasn't reporting you at all. I was gonna say I support it. Get your revenge. You know what I mean? Get yours. Get the money. And leave. And so that's what she came in to tell him. And so after that, he's like, oh, I like you. And so, like, very quickly, we have this these two examples of, like, LaFleur being like, hey, to Economos, oh, I meant to tell you at the end of the episode. I didn't even realize they're doing, like, the look inside the episodes at the end of these, because I just I just haven't been seeing them. I haven't been watching them. So I watched the one on this one, and LaFleur was, like, getting real into it. Tim Meadows. He was like, you know, actually, if you remember in episode 2, when I first met Ginger Cool, I asked him, how do you want to say hello? And we were like, head nod. And he was like, if you notice, I head nodded him when I did that. And I was like, we noticed. So, but I think with LaFleur, I think what's happening with him is that he's going to end up becoming an ally to their side because,
100%.
Yeah, because, like, you know, whether, again, even if the thing, you know who else was concerned about the safety of humanity?
Who?
Amanda Waller. And so if you're I'm saying if you're justifying your actions by saying you know what you're doing, ultimately no one else does. So just make them go along with it, but you have everyone's
Okay,
best
I see
interest
where
in
you're going.
mind.
Okay,
Then yeah, it's like it's just a different method of madness to be
I'm
like,
with you.
yeah, guys, but I promise I'm gonna get this at the end of the day. It's like you might not be telling people to shoot people in the head point blank, but like you are actually playing games. So all
Woo!
that to say, I think LaFleur, what?
You saved it. I thought you were going to try to make us a Amanda Waller Defender podcast.
No, I'm saying like it's just a different
Okay.
version of it. It's a petite version of it because it's like my point is sit down, have a meeting, say, hey guys, I want to show you guys some slides. And on the slide is my strategy of how to take down Peacemaker. This is the easy way. This is the hard way. Everyone's briefed. And then we're all on the same page as a team. But this whole like it's all in my head. I'm only telling you as I go. That's a mafia trick. Like, what are we doing? That's how criminal organizations get down. That's not how you're supposed to be rolling out like this government agency that saves the universe. So anyway, that's my Rick Flag Sr. rip of the day. I'm not fucking with him. And I think that Cyborg is a schemer because later on, LaFleur comes up to tell him something. We'll come back to this later. But like they're in the room all like flirting with each other after that. So we're going to see Rick Flag Sr. get close to Cyborg and like probably confide in her maybe more throughout the rest of the season. That's also going to push LaFleur away. Now, mind you, could they surprise us? And this like it's this trope I think I'm going to see and we're not. Sure. Or it could just be like a very basic vehicle to get us to get somewhere else with that dynamic at Argus.
Those are two very good looking people. I will say that. Two very good looking people.
Are they both Latino?
Frank Grillo, I assume, is Italian. Would be my guess. That would be my guess. He's Italian.
I feel like, you know what's so funny? I think, oh man, I don't even think I can say it on YouTube. What you just said with the hard I is like when you're talking about Arab people with a hard A. I think that's what makes it a slur. Just so you know.
That's how people in the South say it.
Because they're slurring.
Whoa! Oh, so all Southern people just are slurring now, okay?
If you pronounce a word the way that it's pronounced as a slur.
This is like a weekly thing of you just like talking about Southern people with your stereotypes.
No, I talked about Shannon Sharp, who happens to be Southern. I did not talk about Southerners in general. Hard. I'm not saying they're slurring their speech. I'm saying it is a slur. Mm-hmm. They're saying slurs.
Okay.
I think the people get it. Dang, am I tripping? Is that not how you? What slurs can I use for Italian people? That is a search.
Please don't repeat them on here. We'll get banned. Please
no, this the fact that somebody is posting. That's their Reddit post. What slurs can I use? Let's say none.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, so Bordeaux walks in and she's like, actually, I got no problem with him being taken out. And then she walks up to him all sultry like. It was like, it actually was pretty impressive. And he goes, she's like, actually, it's pretty impressive, General. He goes, call me Rick. And then on the ride back to the house, Chris blames Harcourt. He's like, she set me up. That bitch set me up. Fuck her. I came there to pour my heart out to her. She don't want me. I'm leaving. I'm done. Adebayo says, she wouldn't have done that. That's not her. And Chris was like, you weren't there. I saw the shit. She took me down. She set me up. It was all her. And then Chris said the general would have killed me.
To be fair, she didn't, the way she was talking to him, didn't give him any confidence either. She was like, Chris, I have to save you now. She was like, you're dumb as hell and I hate you. So, and then she jumped him and he woke up in prison. Like, I would also be like, whoa, I think she turned on me.
And Chris was like, if it wasn't for Economos, General would have killed me. And then he said, he goes, you know what? I'm fucking done. And Vigilante's in the back. He's like, hey, man, it's getting a little hot in here. Maybe we need to lighten the mood. Anybody want to quiz me on manta ray facts? That's how you would have looked at him, just like that.
Yeah, exactly. I would have stopped the car. I would have said, Vigilante, stop talking. What's his real name? Adrian? I would have said, Adrian
Chase.
Quit playing with me. I said, Adrian, quit playing with me.
He's just trying to, lighten the mood, It's very dark in
And that's what I'm saying. That's why Vigilante gets on my nerves. So anyway, he's doing all that. And again, it's been a running thing this season. He doesn't know anything about the animals he's asking them to quiz him on. And what blows my mind is like the phone's in your hand. You know what I'm saying? So why are you even playing that game? I don't understand. I don't understand why Vigilante is like
this. He does
this.
know, but they ask him questions that he don't know.
Oh, so he
probably has a set of facts that he knows.
Yeah.
And they never ask him one of them questions.
But my thing is just say, hey guys, can I just share 7 things I know about manta rays?
Yeah,
and then you guys can that's what he needs to do. But instead he goes, quiz me and ask me anything. And they ask him everything but the random obscure things he knows. By the way, I did send this to Brandon because when I watched the afterwards, I lost my mind. Did you know the actor who plays Vigilante is British?
I mean,
he's British.
I assume all the actors on every show is British now.
But
they're so much better than us at acting.
Yeah, no. But I think they do like a different method how they learn. Yeah. But my point is that Vigilante is such a stupid, like boy next door Americana guy that like I kind of wanted him to just be a smarter version of I just wanted him to like be actually hot as an actor and they like dumb him down. He's not ugly as Vigilante, but I wanted him to just be like that guy. Perfectly casted, but it turns out he's smart and British, and that upset me.
Well, are you assuming he's smart because he's British?
Yes. Well, no, British people are objectively smarter than us. You know why? Because they still have to read in school. They genuinely have better literacy rates than us, and they genuinely have better language usage rates than that's objectively their education is better. They are smarter than us.
But we
there
also
are so many illiterate.
Think they're smarter because of how they speak.
No. This is what they're not telling you because of fascism. So many Americans are illiterate and functionally illiterate, and so many British people have to have a much stricter education system and therefore are less illiterate. I promise you.
And stupid British people who speak, we think they're smart. They sound smart. Because they're speaking in proper
right, but
English.
on average, it's more likely that those British people speak in proper English because they know how to read English. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's like what's his name? He's a terrible person. John Kennedy, the senator from Louisiana, Republican senator from Louisiana.
No,
right?
see, you think no.
John, no, I'm giving you the reverse.
I know what you're about to say. You're about to say Irish accent. They thought Irish Catholic.
No, John Kennedy, if you ever hear him talk and look at him, he looks like Barney Fife. He's howdy doody, super Southern, like Huckleberry. What's not Huckleberry? Foghorn Leghorn. Like that's what he sounds like. And he looks like a howdy doody Southerner, right? And he's a terrible person. But he was a Rhodes Scholar, like a genius, which in like real life. But he talks like a Southern, like a Southern howdy doody stereotype. And so when people hear him, they think, look at this fucking like Louisiana hick, like Southerner, but he's actually smart. I'm using it as an example, saying it's the opposite with British people. I'm not denying what you say. I agree with you. I'm saying if you took a dumbass British person who's not smart over there, who is dumb, and then you just have them talk, Americans are going to think he sounds smart because he has a British accent. That's
right. I think that what you're saying is it seems like the opposite of what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is something way more sinister, which is that it's been intentional that public education has been defunded and de-emphasized, and we do not across the board know how to read. And so I think when you look at literacy rates, for example, right now, because I was looking at them, they have stuff from like 20 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with somebody talking?
So the current okay, so what you're saying is that on the spectrum of people's perceptions, people think that like Southern or broken English is a signal of lower intelligence, and proper British English is a signal of higher intelligence. I see what you're saying. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about perception. I'm talking about the fact that like when we talk about literacy and literally how countries are educated, and we talk about it today, the truth is that our literacy rates do not compare to the UK's. And what that means is that, and I think the way that you're trying to think about it is, or maybe the way a person might imagine it when you say literacy rates is like, oh, like, 9 people out of 10 can't read, but that's not what it is. It's like, when you put the average of the 9 people, there's even the 9 out of 10, they're not 100% either, right? Like there's a mix of percentages of how well people can read even throughout that. In the UK, that average is high across the board. For us, it really depends on so many things based on like where you're from, what your state did, like how racist it is, all like literally all those things. So what I'm saying to you is that British people are, on even the smartest British person, the dumbest British person, compared to the like smartest person with a perfect waspy accent, is that's a fight. Like that's a competition.
No, it's not. That's not true.
It is.
It's not true.
It is. But what I'm saying is because of how they set up their education. Now, mind you, am I talking about like, could there be specific things? I'm not talking about like this PhD compared to this PhD and they study 2 different things. I'm just saying on average, the literacy is different. And but I will say this, like that is a very white Anglo lens, right? Because the British people are out there reading all these classics by white men, right? They haven't like, if you quiz the average Black person on Harlem Renaissance literature and the average European person, we'd win, right? So I think I'm definitely supporting a white Anglo-Saxon view of like,
no, you're literacy. Making this woke out of a joke comment that you made. You said I watched Vigilante's actor,
British people,
and I thought he would be dumb, but he was smart. And I'm saying you have no idea if he's smart. He just sounds smart.
I thought he would be American, but he was British, so he's most likely smarter. He's most likely not stupid.
That's not true. There's plenty of stupid people over there.
I agree, but not that have come to another country to excel as an actor. That's what I'm telling you. You can be American and make it here being dumb. It's very hard to go to another country and be dumb and fall into place. That's what I'm saying. But the chances of a British actor being over here and being dumb and being good at acting on an HBO Max show are lower than the chances of an American being dumb and being on an HBO show here. And because of it's just the country they live in. I think that's a
crazy assumption. I think acting and being intelligent are not tied together. I think there are plenty of dumb people.
I'm talking about immigration. I'm talking about immigration and acting on top of it. You're talking about being British.
Yeah, I'm talking about he's an actor. He could be stupid.
So I thought he was going to be I thought the actor was a little bit closer to the personality of the character. And so that's what I'm trying to say.
And then you heard his British accent and you said, he must be smart.
Oh, it can't be, because British people are not like that. That character is particularly American. That's what I'm saying.
But that character,
like how like there's a
kind of smart.
There's a French version of that, right? Exactly. No, he's definitely on the spectrum. He's weird as fuck. I'm just saying, like, I'm not calling Vigilante dumb. I'm saying the way his conversation works makes no sense. That I am saying.
Yes,
but so I'm saying like, I'm more saying he's like, I think I described him as like boy next door. Like, I mean, sorry, let me stop gaslighting you. He is dumb. Because instead of him saying, hey guys, I know 7 manta ray facts, he goes, ask me a guess again, and he makes stuff up. That's a dumb way to handle that. So it's a blend of stuff, but like, I'm not saying he's an idiot. Like, I'm not talking about Shaggy and Scooby and being like, oh, I can't believe. I'm talking about like this character who I guess what I'm trying to say is if I found out that it's the same way I felt when I found out Christian Bale was an American. I'm just like, what the fuck? I've been lied to. That's all. But like when I found out Matthew Lillard was who Matthew Lillard is, and he's Shaggy, I'm like, yes, that makes sense. I don't care if Matthew Lillard is smarter than we know Shaggy to be. I love him. That's what I wanted. I just wanted him to be a Matthew Lillard reveal and be like, okay, American actor playing this cool role. Let's see what else he does. But now I'm like, oh, he's actually going and doing his methods to be this dumb. That's crazy to me.
By the way, just so you know, we ranked ahead of the UK. in education.
Not in 2025.
By
Not
one
2025.
spot. By one spot.
Not in 2025. What's that source? Whitehouse.gov?
No. 2025 is not over, so they haven't done rankings this year. The last time.
Okay, what's the last year that says?
Says 2023.
Go ahead and send that over.
By one spot. Not literacy. Literacy, you were right. So literacy, they said UK adults are 99% literate, and in America is 79% literate. So they're much more literate than us. But in terms of education and an IQ, we ranked one spot ahead of the UK.
In terms of education,
we beat y'all, Britain. We beat y'all.
But what does education mean? What does that mean? Y'all. Private? Like, what does that mean? Degrees? Because I think that again, that it depends on what you mean by education, right? Because that could be like number of PhDs. That could be like, so I don't actually know how to argue that,
we
but
beat them. Just take the dub.
My point, though,
just take the dub.
My point. But I won't, because, and let me tell you why. I won't take the dub, because what I was trying to say is that when I found out he was British, I was like, okay, this is a trained actor who dug inside of himself to be this American idiot character, like smart. Again, we just heard him say, I don't kill prostitutes, I kill Johns. So we're going to stop acting like vigilantes is genius.
That's smart, though.
Okay. So
the sex worker is not. He said John. Oh, I thought he was talking about pimps. He kills the John.
That's what he meant.
John.
No, that's what I'm saying. He kills
the Johns are not the pimps. The Johns are the people who go to the sex worker.
Yes. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, this is the same character. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not calling him a terrible. I'm just saying, like, let's call it spade a spade. So what I was saying is, in my mind, this is a guy who gets why this is funny, because he's a bro. Now I'm finding out this is somebody who's read Kierkegaard and understands philosophy and is just pretending to be an American. It feels like he's making fun of us. If he was us, I'd be like, oh man, you killed that. But now I know he's not us. I'm like, wow, you're just coming and being like, all right.
Okay. Listeners, we got to help Chanel work through her internalized depression. Just thinks that we're all stupid.
As an American?
And that, if she just had a more proper accent.
You're way too optimistic. You're way too optimistic.
If you just had a more proper accent, you must read tons of literature and be
it is
highly
ingrained. They wear the blazers with the things on them, even in public school. A British school is different. It's 100% different. They read more than us.
I don't know why.
Now I don't know what's happening with it.
Everyone there I know is smart.
They're more literate than us.
They are more literate. I agree with you.
And as a result,
that's not what you said originally. You said smart.
And that makes them smarter. I do think they're smarter. But I meant smarter in terms of like literacy and formalized education. So I shouldn't have said smarter. I should have said more well-read. And the more you read, in my opinion, the more intelligent you are. That's what I'm saying.
And they sound smart.
I actually don't hear that. They just talk different. It's like Australians don't sound dumb to me, and it's like
I actually think Australians sound dumb. Australian English sounds way more silly than UK.
You know what? Welsh English to me sounds like, or Scottish. It sounds like it's painful for them to speak. Like the way they speak English is like so much more. So who's the smartest English speakers in the world are the Nigerians. They use language like everything they speak is poetry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even here to do the. They're super poetic and it's all poetry. But I'm saying, like, so I'm not here for accent Olympics. I'm just saying that once you tell me you went to the UK, I know that you read and you took different tests and you were not able to escape the system. And that's my perception of it. Just like we can all agree in Asia, they're in school busting ass. And are they not? Are they not?
Yeah, but they're ranked like significantly higher than us in like everything. Across the board.
That's your Well, so where are they at? How much higher there than us in the UK in that scale? You said
they're number one.
And now what number are we?
We were 23 and the UK was 24.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that's a accurate study right there.
They were way ahead of us.
Okay, so I guess my point is like, like I don't perceive I think the reason why the
this was
world has the
mostly a
opinion they
joke,
have.
Chanel. You made it woke.
I
was
didn't make it
trying to
woke. Don't
joke
use
you
that
for
word.
thinking that British people sound
explained
smart.
myself. Right, but then you said it because you said, "Oh, every week you come in here and call Southern people dumb," and like half of me is Southern, so that's why I don't like that. I have PhDs in my family with
if the actor got up on there and he had a deep Southern accent, you would have thought, "Oh, I don't know about this one."
You know how I know that's not true? Because I love me some Knives Out. I love me some Knives Out.
About
I love me some Designing Women.
What's the whole boy name?
The British man playing a Southerner, Daniel Craig. I'm talking about Designing Women. I'm talking about who else was Southern? Damn. Love me some
Daniel Craig. He went super deep on that.
I love me some.
I don't know what you're whistling. No idea what you're whistling.
Andy Griffith.
That's not what? That's not the Andy Griffith theme song.
Guarantee.
That is not it. That is not the Andy Griffith theme song.
You're gonna look at my face and tell me that's not the Andy Griffith show.
No, it's
you gonna look at my face and tell me that's not. What is it?
I don't know what that was. It wasn't Andy Griffin.
Definitely did.
It was obviously not Andy Griffin. Oh my God, people are gonna think you're so ridiculous.
Oh, I love Matlock.
That's Andy Griffin.
He's in Atlanta. Yeah, he's in Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. But I love
Matlock.
He was a Southerner. He was smart as hell. Exactly. But I'm saying he was smart. He had a Southern accent, and I respected him. I loved. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I love people. Black women in Atlanta are the smartest on the planet. I talked about Nigerians. No one speaks more proper English than a woman from Atlanta. So like I'm not here for the accent slander. But
that clearly was a joke. That was like the biggest joke you've ever told in this show.
No, you don't. All right, you ready? How much money? How much money are you gonna pay me when I prove to you this is the theme song? How much is this?
I know what the Andy Griffin theme song is. I'm saying what you was whistling wasn't it.
All right. Time to see.
You gonna play the Andy Griffin? That was not what you were whistling. In your head, you might have been whistling that. That's not what came out of your mouth.
Let's move on. I've been vindicated once again.
Birdman shoots Eagly. He runs over to get him.
Yeah, you're right. Because the first couple whistles are in my head and they're not coming out.
No, that's not what came out. Yes.
One last time.
No, exactly. You did not whistle whatever you just heard in your head.
I ran out of gas on that one. All right, we can move on.
Adebayo drops Chris off. And Birdman walks over there to pick up.
He's super emo, by the way. He's like, I just need time to myself. Don't leave that man alone. First of all, he could be concussed, to say the least. Let alone, it's clear he's about to make a run for it. He's talking like this is the end of the line. He's saying stuff like, I guess I'll see you guys later. I guess this has been fun. Like he's just saying, he's not exactly what he's saying, but he's giving like, all right, I'll see you guys on the other side vibes. And they're like, what? Your friend is in trouble, y'all. These are the signs. When your friend starts acting weird and distant like that, don't leave them alone. Don't leave them in a cabin in the woods by themselves without a cell phone and drop them off.
And we cut back. Birdman tries to go pick up Eagly, but another eagle comes from behind and smacks him. Then like 5 more eagles come and smacks him, and then Eagly shows up.
He already shot him, right?
Yeah.
What did you say when so he shoots an eagle that looks like Eagly and it falls down? What'd you say?
That's not Eagly.
I said no. It's like no, it can't be. Say it ain't so. And then another eagle came. I said yes.
And the Eagly shows up, and Eagly is the prime eagle. He got superpowers. And he tells all the eagles.
Does the symbol. He does the bird symbol that we saw in the summoning ceremony that Michael Rooker did in the last episode. It's like it's all the prophecy is confirmed. And what's funny about it is when he called him a prime eagle in the last episode, it kind of almost was like, did you make that up just to justify killing this bird? But it turns out, no, he didn't make it up. He is a prime eagle. And as Rooker said, he might need to be stopped. Like, I don't know if he's sinister or not.
And Eagly gets the other Eagles and they peck this man to death. So, Chanel, I don't know if you know this.
It's giving, by the way, this is an alternative ending to Weapons.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if you know this.
You won't go see the movie.
Michael Rooker is James Gunn's boy. He cast him in all his shit.
You told me this when we talked about the fact that he also
kills him brutally in everything he's ever been in.
It feels sexual.
So Michael Rooker was in Superman. He was one of the robots in the Fortress of Solitude. And the robot that got his ass destroyed by the engineer. When he rolled up in there and the engineer destroyed that robot into smithereens, that was Michael Rooker. You didn't watch Creature Commandos, which you should watch. Creature Commandos is incredible. But on the episode with G.I. Robot, when G.I. Robot was bought by a white supremacist, and then he was trying to teach the robot how to be racist, and then G.I. Robot turns on him at a Klan rally, he kills him. So Michael Rooker was playing that white supremacist in Creature Commandos. That's in this universe. In the last Suicide Squad movie, he played Savant, the guy with the long hair in the beginning of the movie, that Amanda Waller blows up with the bomb in his head. That was Michael Rooker. Got his head blown up in the Suicide Squad. In Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu freezes to death in space and dies.
But he got a great send-off.
He also was in a bunch of other movies, but the only one I remember seeing was Slither, which was James Gunn's first movie. Michael Rooker was in that, and he died in Slither. He kills him in everything that he's in. It doesn't matter what he's in. It
feels extremely sexual.
It's funny. It's fucking funny.
This feels homoerotic.
Look, if I was a director, I would cast my boys in everything. Just like.
But the boy that you choose to get like mugged and robbed and stripped naked every movie, probably you have some unresolved thoughts about.
Yeah, but he gets killed. He doesn't get all that.
Right, and that I don't want to get into psychology of killers, but I'm just going to tell you there's some sexual there. You know what all is in the back of my head is like, what if that video gets taken down because of 10 seconds of the Andy Griffith Show theme song?
I feel like Andy Griffith Show theme is probably like free use at this point.
It's like open license now. Okay, great. Yeah. Andy, by the way, big fan. Andy. Thank you so much for all you did. I've seen almost every episode of Matlock. I'm not joking.
Then Peacemaker calls Eagly again.
Are you gonna acknowledge that? I'm teaching you more about me, and you're not even appreciating it.
Because I have a hard time believing you watched Matlock.
I love Matlock.
The new one?
No, I haven't watched that. It's just because I don't have cable. I'm telling you that I've watched every episode of Matlock. Like I watched it with Clarence. What is his name? Clarence Goyard, who was a professor at USC. I watched it when he had the girl he went on a date with, who came back and was his daughter in a recasting. I watched it through his different girlfriends. Like I love Matlock.
Wow. They had you watching Matlock at like 5 years old?
Yes. When my grandma's house, yeah. Well, my mom actually loves it. So my mom used to like record Matlock on TiVo and we would rewatch it. I swear, Clarence Gilliard Jr. is coming back to me. I think, is he still with us? Anywho, and I was just like, can you imagine being in his class? And I'd be like, Conrad, but I don't think, oh yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace.
I'm old enough Clarence to remember Matlock when it was first run.
No, you're not. Clarence Gilliard Jr. and Pebbles.
Yes, I am. I am absolutely that old to remember Matlock when it was first run. 100%.
You're as old as shoulder pad suits?
I mean, shoulder pad suits were in the 90s.
All right, let's keep going.
You ever watch Bobby Brown? You had a shoulder pad suit.
Perform?
Yeah, shoulder pad suit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like not as like a cool retro, like a cool hip fashion staple. I mean like non-ironically, like non-statedly.
No, I'm not that
just
old.
Like we were. No, yeah, okay.
I'm not that old.
Honestly, I'm not mad about shoulder pads. One time I did borrow one of my grandma's outfits for church, and them shoulder pads were a hit. They don't make clothes like that.
Were
they? They don't make clothes like that no more. Anyway.
Peacemaker calls Eagly in and they go inside. He writes a letter that he addresses to Outer Bio, wants her to tell everybody goodbye. And then we get this great scene with Tim Meadows and Judomaster.
He's inside.
Yeah, we got the drones on it too, Duncan Munchkin.
Hold on. When we come back, I want you to tell me what is great about this for you. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we got the drones on it too, Duncan Munchkin.
You're not gonna call me that.
Bro, we got a serious situation here. I don't need your whole PC, the proper word for munchkin is midget bullshit.
Munchkin means child, not little person, asshole.
Hey, how am I supposed to know munchkin science, man?
Let me make myself clear. You call me Duncan Munchkins again, and I will rip your dick off. Not metaphorically, but actually rip your penis off your body in a move I learned from a blind monk in the Himalayas.
Seems like Flag knew what he was doing. I will get the troops together and we'll be right there. Stellar work, Judomaster.
Go fuck yourself.
He knew his name the whole time.
You see how he code switched?
He knew his name the whole time.
Not only that, he code switched. Listen to how he's talking earlier.
I don't need your whole
No, he did.
PC, the proper word for munchkin is midget bullshit.
Munchkin means child, not little person, asshole.
Hey, how am I supposed to know munchkin science, man?
Let me make myself clear. You call me Duncan Munchkins again, and I will rip your dick off. Not metaphorically, but actually rip your penis off your body in a move I learned from a blind monk in the Himalayas.
Seems like Flag knew what he was doing. I will get the troops together and we'll be right there. Stellar work, Judomaster.
Stellar work, Judomaster.
So, okay. Also, why that's funny is because, to be clear, he's mixing up his slurs because it's like, first of all, Duncan sells donut holes, and Tim Hortons sells munchkins. So he's saying Duncan Munchkins, which is just silly if you love trash coffee. So you're already like, okay, this is funny.
How do you know about Tim Hortons? Isn't that in Canada?
You know I'm adjacent to Canada, correct? You know that?
I mean, it's like an hour. You got to go over there.
It's 25. I can get to Windsor in 35 minutes. I used to go to yoga on the other side of the border. Yeah, the border's right there. Our ancestors used to swim right over the river to freedom. Like, they had to go really far to get up to Detroit, but then once they got to Detroit, freedom was right on the other side by the casino. So anyway, and Windsor, we share a radio station. That's how close Windsor is.
So you go over to Canada to get some fucking coffee? Or they got Tim Hortons in Detroit?
Maple Leaf, No, they do have Tim Hortons here, one. And two, but also just fun Michigan facts. You can pay extra. I don't know why I didn't do this. I don't know why I didn't do this because I knew we had already elected this president. But you can get a elevated license. What is it called? But you can get a license that will that gets you back and forth between the Canadian border without having a passport. So one, you can do that. Enhanced license. You can get an enhanced license as a Michigan resident, so you can go back and forth very easily without like having to worry about like visa or anything. That's one. Two, you can very easily accidentally go to Canada to the point where people have shared TikToks about like, hey, here's what you do if you accidentally get caught in that loop, because again, like we have recreational marijuana here, so you want to be really careful about getting to the border on accident with like drugs on you. And yeah, I've been to Windsor like casually before. Sometimes people go there to club. So yeah, that's my Canada facts. And I was thinking about it, like I always talk about how I will move to like Panama to retire, but I just realized like between me and you, just me and you here, if I had to flee, I'd just go to Canada. I'm actually in a border town the more I think about it. So I'm pretty sure that's where I'll escape to when the time comes. So yeah, that's Canada for you. But anyway, we do have Tim Hortons here in Detroit, and I do know all about it. And the other funny thing,
you didn't know I knew about Tim Hortons. You didn't know I knew. And I don't even drink coffee. In fact, I've never had a cup of coffee in my entire life. That's a fun fact you didn't know.
You seem like the type to think that's that says something about your willpower. You probably think that makes you special.
I mean, I'm just not in the mood of drinking things that don't taste good for reasons.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm not even gonna get into that because it doesn't make you a better person than me.
Yeah, you know how I know coffee don't taste good? Because when I go to the coffee shop, I see people loading it up with milk and creamer and sugar
That's
and
fair.
every type of flavor possible
valid.
to make it not taste like coffee.
That's valid. No, that's valid. I mean, sometimes you do have to like de-lever your palate and figure out how stuff
Although-
tastes with all the sugar in it.
My daddy drinks coffee black. It's so weird.
Probably likes whiskey too. So it's like when people say they enjoy dark liquor, and I'm like, you are literally built different than me because I can't even let it touch my tongue without sugar on it. Anyway, the last point I was going to make was that he also says, even though like it has to be a cocktail, because like when people say I enjoy the taste of whiskey, I'm like, how? So I know that I just know that palates are different, and that's why I believe in diversity, because I'm like, people are just made different from scratch. That's just what I gotta believe. Anywho, he calls him. He goes, I don't have time to figure out like call you a munchkin or a midget or whatever. Midget is actually not the correct word, and so the fact that James Gunn wrote this to say, calling you a munchkin, which like he said means kid, to actually calling you the slur, I don't have time for that. It's just like James Gunn's having too much fun writing every offensive thing he's ever thought about into these characters. That's what I wanted to share.
It's great.
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
I do. I'd like.
This is your type
I like
of comedy.
to hear how people talk.
We talked about how you defended the slur. You said all Southerners use slurs earlier.
No, don't try to put your Southern hatred on me. Okay, I appreciate all people. All people.
Yep, you do.
So then Judomaster is looking at them through the window, and Eagly comes back, and he drops a finger. And Chris is like, I'm gonna pretend I ain't see that.
That you found that. He's like, I don't even have time to get invested in this. But that's how I know he knows Eagly's built different, and they've had some adventures we just don't know about. And I'm curious. I am definitely like, just now we want to know where the boom shakalaka came from. I'm curious to know where Eagly came from and like what his backstory is.
So then Chris says, all right, Eagly, you ready for your next adventure? And he sets up the little I'm going to call it a mother box, but I don't know if it's actually a mother box. But he sets up the mother box to close the portal, and he walks through, and then Judomaster sees him, and he tries to call Flurry, but it's fucking up with the reception. So he writes a note that he's gone in after Chris, and he goes into the portal right before it closes, and then it closes up. Now, Chanel.
What job is worth running through a portal you don't know how to get back through?
It's not. But that's not what's interesting about that. Do you know what's interesting about this?
Obviously not.
You don't know what's interesting about this sequence? We're going to find out next episode if our theory is correct.
Oh, yeah. Of course, because now he has to reckon with, well, I've already told you what's going to happen. You might be right about Earth X or not, but for sure, you're saying it's Earth X. You're saying we're going to
find out next episode
whether or not it's Earth X, right? Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're figuring out, if it's Earth X next episode.
No, but do you know why I'm saying that?
Well, what I'm going to say is why I think you're saying that. Because before, what I predicted is that Adebayo, without knowing much, even though Adebayo was saying like, oh, bro, like, you're just hallucinating or maybe it's just sad. She's like, the universe doesn't make mistakes. You're not meant to be there. So like, we know there's something wrong with that universe for sure. Mm-hmm. So it's like so by closing the portal behind him, we definitely know that he has to deal. We're going to figure out more about this universe now because he's going to spend enough time there to figure it out. And I know you do not watch your previews, but I did this episode, and I'm going to tell you that they absolutely go after his ass, which is a relief.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with why we're going to find out, in my opinion.
Okay, now you tell me. Now tell me.
I would rather show you than tell you. How about that? How about that?
You do whatever. You do what you want to do. There was a spider, and I looked away and I looked back, and it's not there anymore. So, yeah.
I thought I was going to show you. I am going to show you. This is why we're going to find out next episode.
Because what if it's on me now? You know? That's Judomaster, the actor.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Suicide Squad.
If that universe only got white people, and that man starts walking around in that universe, some shit's gonna pop off.
Not yeah, sure. I thought it was something like, and you read in a comic book that I wouldn't know about. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, he's also giving a little bit of queer. So it's like there's already enough reasons. Forget all that. He pops up in a skin tight green outfit.
I mean, they got superheroes there though, so that's not surprising.
With Cheeto dust, right? But like, it's just like it's a new thing, right? So he's gonna garner attention no matter where he goes. But yes, he is definitively visibly Asian. And so there's going to be some standout there. But I think we're going to figure it out no matter what, just because, again, like now that he's decided to commit to it, we're going to have to learn why he cannot be there forever. So he's going to have to figure that out. And like in the what about the show shit, they call it an alternate universe. So I really do think they're going out of their way to call it that, to not call it Earth X, because like we know there's no point in bringing up two universes. You know what I'm saying? You either got one or you got a multiverse. That's kind of the bottom line, right? So I think they're going to get to this multiverse concept, but they haven't yet. So we will definitely get some definitive answers on what this existence is. But it just wouldn't be a good show if he goes and like the truth is life is just better there and he should have been there the whole time. Like that doesn't make sense. So we're definitely going to figure that out. But yeah, Earth X is a good. I will say though, I am a little bit disappointed. I do feel like you read Silo before we finished the season, because telling me about Earth X, I never would have seen that coming. I did not notice there was no. This is how you know I'm enjoying a show, and you want to know. You know, like when people are like, "Oh, what would I have to tweet for you to know I've been kidnapped?"
Mm-hmm.
This is my thing. When I usually watch a show, if I'm not that interested in it, I'm very observant about the lack of diversity, because I'm realizing that they're telling a generic ass story that can be told in any culture with any people. Just tweak the dialogue a little bit, tweak the scenery a little bit. You could tell the story, right? Like it does not usually like, you know how rom-coms are like very white focused with the talent. It's like, those stories can be told in any culture, but it just happens to, for some reason, be like white women receiving romance on screen. Okay. And that's why it's problematic, because it's like those stories should be told in every font, color, graphic, whatever. So when I'm watching like Sex and the City and they're in New York City of this earth and there's no black people, I'm like, this is weird. This is very weird. There's nobody around where they are that's diverse besides the waiters. I don't like this, right? And then Blair Underwood's dating Miranda. I'm like, this is not giving reality, right? So then but I noticed that when I'm really enjoying something, I'm not even able to think about it because I'm just so into the story, or I'm enjoying it because it's so effortlessly diverse and inclusive that I'm not realizing that, like, yeah, maybe like, you know, I don't know how much Danielle Brooks is getting paid. I'm not even thinking about it because I'm enjoying the story. I like her character. She's unique. She's blah, blah, blah. You know, like the story is giving me enough. And I think that's what people don't realize. Like if stories were good enough and like interlaid enough with like what's important, we wouldn't have to worry about like the demographics. They would just work itself out because the stories would be told well. I didn't even notice it was no black people in that universe because I was so enthralled by like what the hell is going on. Like that's how much it got to me. Like when I think back to like the scene when he's up on the bike and him walking down the street, there were no black people. You're right. Like so now, and I'm looking at The Office now and I'm like, oh shoot. So my point, I say all that to say that if I ever tweet you and I'm like, man, I'm watching, oh man, what's a movie that's not necessarily white? Oh, no, yeah. What's a movie that's not, because this isn't a good example I just thought of.
I have no idea what you're asking.
What's a movie that just like could be anybody, but they chose to make it white?
Any movie?
Any movie that you know I've seen.
Yeah, any movie.
Think I would see.
Just any movie?
Mm-hmm. No, I want you to give me an example.
I don't know. Austin Powers.
No, he had to be British.
You had to be. So British people are white?
Great point.
Oh, but see, no, there you go.
He's cringy. So that's what makes it funnier. Like, it has to be Mike Myers. Like, can you imagine Idris? You know, I tell you that Idris Elba has the range.
Is Idris Elba the
Idris
only
Elba
black
is,
British person?
That's Austin. Idris Elba as Austin Powers would not work.
Why? It's too good.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, yes. He's not corny enough to play that role. Like, it would just be like you'd be like,
oh
wow,
no, he played Stringer Bell.
But he wasn't corny as Stringer Bell.
Hey, he seemed corny to me.
What's a movie that just came out that like I was watching? I was like, okay. Brandon, this is crazy that you can't just name a movie.
I did. You said it was wrong.
Okay, give me one more.
Tropic Thunder.
That's a great example. That's a good movie.
Yes, all-time great movie. One of the greatest movies ever made.
Give me just a movie that's just a movie, but like it's white people and it's not important. Like, okay, you want to know an example of a movie where it should have been white people? The Departed. That movie made sense. We don't need no more diversity in that. It's white man versus white man versus white man. I get it. It's integral to the story. Maybe you could have thrown somebody in there, but I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have done that, right? But there's some movies that are just like, why are there so many white people in this show? No people of color for no reason. You can't think of anything.
I can't remember the last movie I saw like that wasn't in that wasn't either based in a country that you wouldn't see other people or in a time period where you wouldn't see those people mingle. I can't remember the last time I saw a movie like that.
That's a good point. You know why I brought this up? Because somebody posted recently like, oh man, they're making all white movies again, because they showed the cast of something and it was just like literally white from okay, I got it. All right, so I'm looking at I literally just Googled new movies and I see the movie The Conjuring.
I feel like that should be white people.
You're right.
100%.
Dang. Okay.
You can't even do it.
Good job. No,
See?
we're doing a good job right now. I will say that because right now I'm not seeing anything where I'm like, oh, these characters are made this way for no reason. I guess what I'm trying to say, because even the movies that are ridiculous looking, I'm like, yeah, you can have it. Right? Like Downton Abbey. Yeah, you can have it.
They probably should be.
It's yours. Spinal Tap. That's yours. You know what I'm saying?
Just like I don't want to see white people on the Woman King. That should be ours.
Because it's just not the story. But like, okay.
Woman King's a great movie, by the way. Y'all should go see it.
It is a good movie. There's a movie called Motor City coming out. Now I want to go see that. Did you ever see The Toxic Avenger?
No.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm so sorry because again, we've lost every viewer.
You completely sidetracked us with like 2 minutes left in the show.
I'm finishing. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up. No one asked for this. The Netflix show was just like white people being romantic. Nobody asked for this.
I've never seen it.
Kirsten Bell, Adrian Brody. If I ever tweeted like, "Oh man, I hate seeing black women lead rom-coms. I've been kidnapped." If I tweet that I'm watching that,
why would a kidnapper make you say that?
No, the point is that I'm telling y'all without telling y'all I've been kidnapped by saying something I would never say.
That's your safe word. That's copacetic.
That's my copacetic. Yes, okay. Copacetic.
That's a long thing for copacetic.
Was that necessary? Was that a necessary parlay in this? No, but we're here now.
We are here, and now we're not. So we go to the new universe, and Keith comes in. And he's like, "What the fuck's up with that eagle?" He's like, "It's a rescue. I saved it. He's going to be our sidekick." He's like, "All right, then,
silly goose."
There's a kaiju. We gotta go stop that shit. So let's put your suit on. Let's get going." And we see them beat the shit out of the kaiju, and they're flying back together. And he's all happy and smiling. And then, meanwhile, Bordeaux is fucking the shit out of Rick Flag Sr. And
Cyborg
when they're riding in the car. Cyborg go.
I'm saying, can she? Oh, Cyborg go. Okay.
And
I'm giving her a new name.
Adebayo and the crew ride by him, and she reads the whole letter to them. And Amelia's kind of broken up by this, and she goes, we're going to save him. We're going to take this thing, we're
Yeah,
going to set it
so
up, and we're going to save him. And Economos was
yeah,
like, why would we do this? He was so pissed.
okay. So Economos, by the way, it's kind of your fault because you sent that one little misworded text, and that's the main warning. You should have been warned, this man. But the letter is basically him saying like, hey guys, I wasn't meant to be here. I'm meant to be in this other universe. There's just nothing here for me. I mean, I fuck with y'all, but like not enough to like not go and be with my dad who loves me and my brother who loves me, which valid compared to, think about his childhood. And I want to go somewhere where like, and also he's like, hey, no one will tell me I can do the right thing besides Adebayo. No one, or actually this is Chris's one little buzzer, because Adebayo's there for you, Vigilante's there for you, Eagly's there for you, Economos in his own way is there for you. Is really just hurt about Harcourt when you think about it, because even though the Justice Gang thing didn't work out, you saw they were a-holes, so like that doesn't have to be your end all be all. So it really was like he was holding on to a thread for her. So what's really happening, besides like I guess like dad and brother being alive and being good people in his view, is valid enough. But then on top of that, it's like, and my dream girl's there. So that's really why he goes. So anyway, they're all hurt. And then we have like the most touching, well, you're right. So then they're playing around with the stuff. And I guess this maybe happens interspersed in there, but like, I forgot that like, this is actually Vigilante's best friend in the world, like legit, all jokes aside. I don't know what Vigilante does. I found it. Hold on one second. Okay. It wasn't a spider. It was a gnat.
No, I thought it was
that's
a rat
why I disappeared
in Detroit.
That's a good callback. And I don't know why I claim rats like that. Like I don't see rats that often in Detroit, but I know they're there. I actually see rats a lot more in the Northeast than anything else. Last time I saw a rat was in the DMV, if that's what you wanted to know. So anyway, he, and I say that because that's where Brandon is from. So
no, I'm from Baltimore, not from DMV.
We're not going to get into that with the last 2 minutes. So Vigilante's actually literally crying tears. He's like weeping. And I'm like, oh yeah, like that is actually his best friend. And so I think that's kind of fucked up that Chris left and didn't go like, hey, Vig, I'll miss you the most. Like, love you. Like he really is stuck on Harcourt, and she might not be. What if you get the girl of your dreams and she's boring? You know what I mean? What if you get the girl of your dreams and she's like,
Harcourt that he sees in the other universe is like this, like this idealized version of the person that he thinks.
Totally. That's what I'm saying though. Like who likes you because you're so stuck on Harcourt. But the truth is, you can be with her, and then she could end up being a toxically abusive to you, and you didn't see that coming because all you want to do is put her on a pedestal. So if you're listening to this, guys, I give relationship advice every week. Like who likes you. But anyway, Vigilante's hurt, and even though he sees Adebayo as his competition as a friend, like they comfort each other. And then so the whole idea is Chris is like, yo, take this helmet, turn it in, everyone gets their jobs back. I'm no longer a problem. I'm no longer creating issues. Nobody's coming after me in Argus. We can end this all here. So that's why he closes the portal behind him, and without knowing it, behind Judomaster as well. So it's easy, right? Like everybody is compromise themselves a little bit to get their jobs back. Everyone wants to work. Adebayo don't have no real clients. Harcourt is unemployed. Economos is like not happy what he's doing, but Harcourt is immediately like, nah, let's go get him. She not only says we're not turning this in, she's like, we're going to go figure out how to get him. And I love that happened, but it kind of I guess it's valid. It's valid because all the stuff I thought she did, she didn't do. So Economos is the only one who's like, guys, I think we should just let sleeping dogs lie. So they said they're going to go after him, and they have their 11th Street kids kick off, and I'm excited about it. And like I said in the previews, it's very clear they do make it into the other dimension, and they're going to go help him. So I'm so curious about like when and where they intersect, and like what they see, what he sees, how people react to Adebayo. How, all of that. If Vigilante, and I'm gonna tell you my real prediction. If this is Earth X, Vigilante's gonna be a problematic.
The Vigilante version over there. The version
he like that Earth X Vigilante will kill prostitutes, Johns, pimps, and people who
he didn't say I hope it's a version of me for no reason. They're not gonna say that and not be a version of him.
There has to.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, yeah, exactly. No, there's going to be a reason. There's going to be one over there, but like, yeah, there's no way Vigilante X is not like American History X. There's no way he's not a skinhead. Like it's about to be problematic.
That was the end of the episode. So Gen V came out today, earlier today, a little bit before we started recording. So I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, it's out now. It came out a little bit earlier. So Chanel and I will watch that.
It's one at a time now, right?
Yeah, one at a time. So Chanel and I will watch that, and we'll be back for episode 4 of Gen V. And then next week, or later at the end of this week, or early next week, we'll be back for episode 6 of Peacemaker. Now that we figured out how to get streaming right on TikTok, next time I'll have the vertical streaming so it actually fits good. And then you can check us out there on Chanel's TikTok at Chanel Creating.
Do you remember during the pandemic or whatever, at some point, the girl who was on TikTok live and she was making popcorn with her flat irons?
Why would you ask me anything about TikTok? I don't have TikTok.
Okay. Well, because it was viral off of TikTok. It was like a phenomenon outside of it. And so anyway, she was like, she would, whenever people would buy certain, because you can buy like emoji, you can buy filters and it'll make the filter go to the person, but usually you have to be active on TikTok to appreciate it. Like literally somebody could put mustaches and cowboy hats on us right now, and they would be paying for that, and that would go into our account. So that's what one thing, like TikTok is maybe a place we can really monetize. But the point is that I think about her because I'm just going to send you a compilation of her. But anyway, that's the future I see for us, is like us doing a serious recap, and then people put, like baby eyes on us, and we go Google Gaga for $20, and then we go back to streaming. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for supporting us across the different platforms. As Brandon said, we'll be back again soon this weekend for our weekend stream, and then again during the week for our next Peacemaker stream. I do really want to try to get to Peacemaker sooner than later because I really enjoy this show, so we'll figure that out. If you don't remember, We Was Watching podcast is a show for blurs and aspiring baddies who are interested in sci-fi, fantasy, drama, hero stuff, anti-hero stuff, and are not afraid to talk about the politics underlying all of it. I've been Chanel Creating. That is Brandon. We are at the socials and the show notes. If you are still listening, we love you. You are the 1% of listeners, and we appreciate you so much. Give us a shout out. We Was Watching podcast at gmail.com. Or wait. We got a clip. We got a I forgot. Shoot. We got a comment. Okay. Hold on. We got a comment earlier. It said, dang, another 2-hour stream. That's on me. I've just been enjoying my streams. Our comment earlier today on Spotify said from Party Driver, great show, guys. And I think Chanel is right about him. People are hating. Hey. Thank you for comment. We appreciate you. Now make sure you follow us on Spotify and give us them little 5 stars. Thank you so much to Party Driver. So you guys can comment on Spotify. You can comment anywhere we are, and we'll check it out. Usually we try to go back eventually and like catch up on the YouTube comments if you guys commented after the fact, like after we streamed. Okay, you know what's so funny? Somebody had, speaking of that, Basa Mobasa 47 commented on our Severance, one of our Severance old posts, and said, nicely done, you two. Enjoyed watching your recaps throughout the season. Catch you on another show or season 3 of Severance coming soon. And I said, like you can catch up on Peacemaker or Gen V. And they go, thanks for the recommendation. Which one is better though? I don't watch trailers. What would you vote? What would you tell somebody to watch right now, Peacemaker or Gen V?
Probably Gen V. Although I think Peacemaker is better, I think Gen V would be more entertaining.
Yeah, they asked which one's more quirky, and I'm like, I wouldn't use quirky to describe either one of these shows. But anyway, you guys, thanks for rocking with us on any of these recaps. And if you want to see other shows, you should
have told him to watch The Chair Company. Isn't that quirky?
That is the one I will tell him. Yeah, but I don't, we'll see if there's a connection there between that and Severance and like the themes. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. We are so close to 500 subscribers and being able to unlock new features on our channel. So let's get there. And I'm encouraged because I've been watching a YouTuber who was like talking about like getting to 100,000 and now they're at like 6 million or 2 million. So we're just going to keep pushing. Thank you guys for listening. And to close, we usually say peace out, bitches, but instead I give you